Good morning, everybody. How are you? I am late, I know, but I really do have good reasons for it. I was trying this really fancy software today called Switcher Studio, and it helps you see the display at the same time so I could show you guys what I'm doing on my screen, and it would not connect to my page. So I'm a little cranky about it, but you know what? We're just gonna roll with it. I actually have, I'm just gonna turn you guys around whenever we're looking at the screen because I wanna work a little bit on software today. We're specifically working in Silhouette Studio. We're gonna be showing you a super fancy, but not really that hard trick with a double offset and a knockout. And this is a shirt, or I've created this shirt before. Today, we're gonna put it on this adorable bag that I just got from Jiffy Shirts. It's like a canvas material, and I'm gonna share the file with you guys, so you're gonna get that. I'll also share the original file because you'll see when we do the knockout, if you wanna practice it as well, I'll share that with you guys. But right now, the link that is on this live is gonna be the prepared file, ready to cut. But I'm gonna show you this morning how to do that because I know I get asked all the time for tutorials in the software, and so today I'm gonna do that. Good morning, guys. Good morning, Heather. Good morning, Ashley and Kathy and Becky. Hi, Elizabeth and Libby. I'm sorry I'm late, guys. I really was, I was ready and I was using this new software and I was like, this is gonna be awesome. It's still gonna be amazing. It's gonna be amazing. I'm wearing my shirt, my Tropic Like It's Hot shirt. This is a Twinkle Farts file that we have on our website. She also has it available in her Etsy shop. I had a retreat this weekend and we actually used this file for a cup that we made, and it was a Cricut retreat with Megan Smith. It was so much fun. We had so much fun, and they loved it. A lot of them, actually most of them, had never heard of Sparkleberry before, so that is always fun for me to be able to talk about our mission and our story and how we all got started, and it always renews my love for crafting with ladies, and it was so much fun. We had such a great time. I sold a lot. I took Sparkleberry boxes with me, the subscription boxes. I sold pretty much all of them that I took with me. I couldn't believe it. Actually, I can kind of believe it, but Hey, girls. Hey, Esther. Hey, Kelly girl. Hey, Linda. Okay, so I'm so glad. So Kimberly, this is her first time watching, and she loves the colors of vinyl we have. Thank you so much, Kimberly. You're gonna have fun. I wanna start, this is something I've been planning forever, and it's really difficult for me to say I'm gonna commit to a certain time, regular, every Tuesday and Friday, but it's only difficult because I'm just a little scared of commitment. I mean, you guys can probably relate to that. But now that Jason, my husband, is retired from his corporate job, now he is working full-time in operations, and he and Allison are rocking it out. So I have the time to do the things like this. I don't feel like I have the time, but I do. And so we're gonna have regular shows called Make It with Mandy, and I kind of brainstormed with a lot of people that I love in my close circle, and we decided that was the cutest name. So it's gonna be Make It with Mandy on Tuesdays and Friday mornings for now, and it's gonna be around the 9 or 10 o'clock hour. We'll see how it falls. I don't know. I have my coffee this morning. It's my second cup of coffee. I don't typically have a second cup of coffee, but this was a special occasion, so we're doing that today. So I'm going to be working on software. We're going to be showing you the double knockout with the double offset with a knockout to create Be Inspired Lotus design. And then on top of that, we're gonna have a flash sale for the day, but you need to pay attention because I have the details for that throughout the show so that I can show you guys where to go after, because it's gonna be a special thing for you guys that are watching and tuning in. But basically, oh, hi, all the likes, hi guys. Basically, my hope is that I will inspire you guys to create, give you the ideas of what to do with this beautiful vinyl, because so many times people will say, oh my gosh, I love the designs, I just don't want to cut it. I don't know what to do with it. And then, oh gosh, you guys, look at my nails. Going to get them done today. I have a broken one, but So this is Mandy's palette that we're working with today, and I have a phenomenal value for you. It's gonna be on Talk Shop Live, and actually, Talk Shop Live has so many exciting things going on right now, and I'll share that with you guys later on. I'll post it. But we're gonna be putting together the solids that go with this beautiful pattern, Mandy's palette, all my favorite colors, that's why we named it Mandy's palette. And then we're going to show you what to do with it. You're gonna have the file, you're gonna have the vinyl, all for a great value, no reason to not make it. And this is one of my favorite designs, definitely a fan fave. So we're gonna get started, and pretty soon, whenever we do these tutorials, we'll have the screen where you're gonna be able to see exactly what I'm doing without me having to hold the camera. But today, work with me because we're just gearing up, and this is, like I said, you guys are part of making history because this is our Make It With Mandy segment. I'm very excited to commit finally to a regular show, and we're gonna have so much fun. Hey, Vicky. Awesome. Vicky used the glitter on an applique on the machine yesterday. Yay! I can't wait to see pictures of that. You'll have to send them. Hey, Melody. It's Melody's first time watching. Thank you, Teresa. This is a Twinkle Arts file. It's adorable. Tropic Like It's Hot, and I use Summer Melt on it. Sometimes the camera doesn't show the pattern very well. But okay, so we're gonna get you guys turned around, and I'm gonna show you how to do this very fancy move with the lotus and the Be Inspired word, okay? And again, you guys are gonna get the file, so that's exciting. Thank you for all the likes this morning. You guys are super pumped this morning. I should do morning lives. Well, I will be doing morning lives more often. So yes, Crystal, even though this is a Silhouette Studio tutorial that I'm about to give you, you guys are going to have access, the Cricut and the Brother people, I am not gonna leave you out. I love you guys too, and so basically we're giving you the SVG also, and it even has the knockout. So it's really great for the Cricut people because you guys don't have the options to do these kind of designs in your design space, so I'm going to give it to you so you don't have to worry about that. So all free, exciting, and then I'm gonna give you a super good deal for today on the supplies that it takes to make this gorgeous application. So, and we're putting it on this bag today. I have 2 Be Inspired shirts, but I don't have a Be Inspired bag, and I thought it would be great to take to retreats and that sort of thing. So that's what we're gonna do. So this morning we're using Mandy's palette, and then we're also using, there are 2 colors that I love to use with this. It's either the Bahama Blue or the Matte Mint Blue, and this is the Bahama Blue. It's beautiful with it, really pretty much perfectly matches it. So that's what I'm pairing with it today. I don't have one with the Bahama Blue. I only have Matte Mint Blue, so I'm very excited to do that. Okay, so I'm gonna turn you guys around. Let's see. Heather loves that we are doing some morning lives. Oh, I'm so sorry, Heather, that you're at work at night. I know, and I did a poll a little while ago on what everybody's favorite time. The nighttime did win, but I know I have so many people that would love morning time wins, and the morning is my most creative time, so it's gonna be great for me too. So I'm gonna turn you guys around as soon as I get off my Facebook page, because I'm like on private messaging and stuff. Okay, I'm gonna turn you around. The bag, Miss Vicky, is from Jiffy Shirts. Now, if you look in your lower right-hand corner, and I don't know if it's gonna be now or whenever there's a live, whenever the upload is available, but you should have a little HD or a little settings tab that will show you to view in HD. I didn't know that until a few months ago that you have that option to make your videos more clear. So try not to mind the shakiness. Like I said, I'm working on the program right now that I can switch between this view on my screen, and so it's gonna be so much better. I just couldn't get it to connect this morning. That's what took me so long. Hey, Susan. All right, so the first thing, this is what we're making this morning. Of course, we're gonna use this big solid piece, the big lotus flower for our Mandy's palette. Just a little tip, whenever you're using patterns, use something that has a lot of surface area, like a lot of space that's gonna be cut. Fonts are good with pattern whenever they're chunky, but when they're too thin, sometimes you kind of lose what it actually says. And so I like to put the things that cover more surface area with pattern, okay? So now the first thing I'm gonna do, this is how I opened it and how you would design it if you had like an icon up here and you had your word. So the first thing, I'm gonna use my select tool, and I'm going to place it in the place that I want it to be over my lotus flower, because I want to kind of merge the two together. And then remember guys, this will be, if you wanted to replay this later, it's gonna be available, so don't worry if you miss something. You can always go back, rewind, pause, make fun of my funny faces on the pause. The thumbnails are always hilarious to me. Okay, so I'm still on my Be Inspired. That's where I'm gonna put it. So first, the very first thing, I'm gonna make my offset. So you Cricut people, pay attention because this is fun. This is a fun little option that we have with Silhouette Studio. And actually you can download this Silhouette Studio for free, just the basic version, and you can play around with it. But over here, this little star is the offset panel, okay? So we're gonna open that. I've selected my Be Inspired, and I'm gonna go up to offset. And then it's gonna offset it. And I'll change the color of my offset in a minute so you guys can see it. But right now, it's kind of perfect. And if you wanted to make it bigger, let's just back up. Let's say you wanted your offset to be a smaller, oh yeah, I can't back up, I forgot. If you wanted your offset to be a smaller spacing or a larger spacing, that's my goodness, that is no problem. Oh, that's why. Okay, so again, select it, go up to your offset that's still open, offset, and see right here, it's gonna let you go down or up in your spacing, okay? But I like where it is at the 0.125 for this one. I change it all the time though. This is another way to thicken fonts as well. Actually, I see a little space in there that I wanna get rid of. So I'm gonna do this, there we go. All right, and then I will apply this, and once I apply it, I now have this offset. So I'm gonna go up here and change the color of it so you guys maybe can see it. Yeah, you can see it a little better, not much better. Okay, so I've changed over here in my panel, I use this little line color option, and I changed the color of it so you guys could see. Hey Brenda, I'm so glad you like the design, Carol. Good, hey Melissa. Okay, now we want to separate our Be Inspired word from that, and we're just gonna be using this offset. I'm also gonna group it because whenever it offset it made them separate. So I just used my select tool. I'm gonna right click and I'm going to group it. Now I'm gonna use this offset to do my knockout, and you'll understand why in a minute if you're a little confused, but I wanna basically make a spacing around my word, and so that way it's more visible, and it really just stands out and pops like that. So now I have my offset. I'm going to highlight all of it. So I've selected my Lotus and my offset, and I'm gonna go over here to the knockout tool, which is right there, and it's officially called the Modify panel. And then I'm going to choose Subtract All. And you know what, it's been a few weeks since I've done this, so okay, good. So it was the Subtract All. I had both of these two selected. Now I don't need that offset anymore, guys. So I'm going to select it and erase it. Another little tip, whenever you do this, you may end up with some little specks like you see right there. You may not care for those, and that's totally okay. To get rid of them, you're gonna select your Lotus, you're going to ungroup it, and then you're gonna go in, click off of it, and just select, and then I'm pressing delete, and select, because these aren't gonna make a difference. They're not gonna make anything. Oh, that's a speck on my computer because my computer screen's dirty. These little bitty ones are not gonna help or enhance the design. So I'm just gonna get rid of them because we don't need them. I'm gonna leave a few of the bigger pieces, but I'm gonna go ahead and do this. And then, okay, so I've taken out the ones I want. That's just a speck on my computer. And then we're gonna regroup this because look what's gonna happen. If I move, oh dear, that makes a big mess, right? So we don't want to do that. We wanna group it all back together. So I'm gonna group it all back together. Just my Lotus, right click, and I love my right click group for like my right click option. I'm big about that because it shows me what's available to actually do with it because sometimes it's not all available. Okay, so now watch what happens. So when I put this back, look how cool it looks. And then you can center it. Of course, we're gonna cut it separately, so it won't matter. We're gonna be centering it on our mat anyway. But do you see how it gives us it just really makes the Be Inspired stand out? I just think that's really special. And some of these, I've tweaked yours a little bit better, so there are not this many little pieces. But on this, I'm gonna leave it for now because we're gonna cut together. You guys are always asking to cut and do the software together, so today, that's what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut my Mandy's palette first. And so I'm gonna turn you guys around in a moment. I'm gonna, let's see, so we're gonna send this to the map. And I have it on cut. I'm gonna put it right there. If you wanted to save some space, you could go over a little bit. Remember, we don't worry about mirror cutting with our pattern vinyl. So since this is pattern, we do not mirror cut. We're gonna cut this on the HTV smooth setting, and I'll tell you the numbers in a moment. I love my auto blade, so I am really bad about depending on that. It's on 2, speed of 8, force of 4, and 1 pass, of course. So this is what we're gonna do. We do have some little specs in there, but I'm just not gonna worry about that right now because I can just weed them manually. Okay, now I'm going to prepare my mat and let you guys see that. If I can little thing around. Okay, so I hope that wasn't too shaky. I'm gonna fix it to where you guys can actually see what I'm doing on my screen soon, so you don't have to worry about all that, and you'll be able to see my face in the corner and see me talking, because that's kind of cool, right? Hey, Julie. Okay, Lola says she's been in a panic because she couldn't find the live. Oh, I'm sorry, Lola. I was a little bit late today, but if I say it wasn't my fault, it probably was my fault. I should have tried to connect before, but before when I tried to connect when I was testing, it totally worked. Okay, so I'm gonna turn my silhouette on. We're cutting pattern first. So I have my Lotus ready. I'm going to use my Mandy's palette. Remember guys, there's a flash sale after this, and I'm gonna tell you exactly how to get there so you can get these for a super amazing all-time low price, okay? And it's gonna be the bundle, so you get all of it together, so you don't have to do any matching. We did it for you. Okay, so I'm putting this on my mat. Let's see if you guys can, oh, you can see, good. Okay, boo, 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 boo. So remember, we're placing it pretty side up, okay? And we're not mirror cutting. So I'm gonna put this on here, and I'm gonna read some comments in a moment while this is cutting. Okay, and I'm going to send, how many Cricut people do I have on right now? Because I was always, whenever I was just doing Cricut, I mean, I did know about the portrait, but I love watching tutorials of different software because I always learn new things, and I'm always like, okay, I wanna do that. So I think that it's really helpful. And like I said, the Cricut people are gonna get the offset and knockout already, so you don't have to worry about not being able to do that. So, okay, so let's go through some of these comments really quick. Hey, Tara, good morning. All right. Claire says she adds my patterns to her library to get a great preview of the design, of the finished design. That's a great idea. So Amanda says she's had her silhouette for almost a year and could never figure out how to do the knockout look. Yes, it's, so the subtract all button, and I'll tell you, Julie Huggins from So Craft Inspired, she actually is the genius that taught me how to do that. And, okay, yep, you would know. This is what happens whenever I do lives, like crazy stuff happens. But Julie, anyways, from So Craft Inspired, you guys look her up. She's a licensed silhouette instructor, and I don't know why I didn't cut everything, so we're gonna do it again. Don't you guys love that when that happens? And it's like, you know what I really can't stand is when you can't figure out why it happened. And I was telling the ladies at the retreat that it happens to me all the time that I have to cut things at least twice. And it's like, and just know that that happens to literally everybody. So let's see. Oh, for some reason it was on my Bluetooth. Maybe that's what happened. But I hate when I don't know what happened. And I'm like, why did that happen? Why didn't it cut it? So we're gonna cut this again, maybe. Good thing I brought 2 sheets up here just in case. I did not size this, and I should have. You know what? Maybe it was a blessing in disguise. So you guys, I forgot one of the most important things of this. You wanna make sure to size it well. So my bag is, I don't know, like 18 inches wide. So I actually want this to be pretty big. So I'm gonna try to go for the gold and go for my full 12 inches in width so that it can be a nice size. So I'm just resizing it really quick, And I can't wait till you guys can see my screen. Like I just, this new stuff. Terry Johnson is the one that told me about this software, and I am so excited about it. So I've been looking into it so that you guys can actually see what I'm doing on my screen. That's gonna be so awesome. Okay, I don't know why you're preparing. Okay, ready? Technical difficulties when you're on live is never fun. It's like this feeling like you're being suffocated. But I know you guys are good. All right, so Cameo 3 is ready. Let's hope so, mister, because I'm on live. Okay. It's so silly. Cutting. Available. That's so weird how sometimes it won't work in the, I think it's something to do with my USB thingy. Sorry guys, okay. It's the little gremlins that live in the live button. I agree, Mame, it's so crazy. So that's why whenever I do lives, a lot of times I don't like to design or do the whole thing on lives because like for some reason it will mess up and I don't know why. It's not gonna mess up this time, just watch. I've been working on my positive affirmations and Jason's like totally laughing at me because I'll be in the mirror like being like, you know, I am a decisive, powerful businesswoman, and he's like, okay, you're crazy. But affirmations work. You need to talk to yourself. Say good things to yourself, inside and out loud too. Any negative things you say out loud, they tend to come true. It kind of stinks. Okay, oh, thank you, Lola. I'm definitely real. I definitely don't like to pretend to be anything different because I want you guys to accept me for all me. And it's not always pretty, but you know what? We have a lot of fun. So let's see. Yes, I know, Tanya, things do go wrong, like that software this morning. Okay. Let's see, what else do we have? I've not worked with patterned vinyl much. Why do you not mirror it? Does it have the clear backing on it? Hey, Crystal. Okay, so patterned vinyl is special in the way that it's been printed. And we print here, we actually print all of our designs. They 100% belong to us. And whenever you print, you need to access the media. So if you can think of it being on a printer, like a large commercial printer, right? So for that reason, it doesn't have the carrier sheet on it. When you get a piece of solid, and I know that's loud, I'm sorry guys. When you get a piece of solid, I know this is ugly, I'm using a scrap piece. You're actually cutting from the back, which is why you mirror it, right? This is the front with the glossy side, and this is the back. That's why you mirror it. So on pattern, you're actually cutting from the front, so you don't have to mirror it. It's actually the same process as you would do like adhesive. So if you think about it, with adhesive, you don't have to mirror and then you use the transfer tape and you transfer it. You do the same thing with HTV. You just use a specially formulated carrier sheet. And we give you that with every order. So you don't have to worry about that. Good, my heat press is still at 305. It's been messing up on Megan and I lately. So we are almost done cutting this. It's gonna be really big. This is gonna be the biggest Be Inspired design I've done. Oh, look at all the loves. Hey guys. Okay, so let's see what else. I have a scan and cut, can't figure it out, ready to switch to Silhouette. Linda, I have not used a scan and cut yet. I've heard they're great, but I do love Silhouette's design studio. It is like, it's really, really, really good. Oh, this is gonna be so pretty. It's big. Okay, so I'll show you again, Crystal. So remember we cut this, not mirror cutting it, and from the front, okay? And once you do this 2 or 3 times, it becomes completely like second nature, so don't worry. So we're placing our solid, okay? We're gonna place it, and it's a 12 by 15, so obviously we're gonna let a little hang off of our mat. We're placing it glossy side down. I have to use the uglier sheets because that's what my hubby, see, my hubby restricts my shopping too. I can't just go in and take all the pretty stuff. Just kidding, he doesn't really restrict my shopping, but I do use the scrap sheets. All right, and so you put it on your mat from the back, and that's why we're gonna mirror cut it, because we're cutting from the back, not the front, okay? So I'm gonna turn you back around so you can see how I do that. I'm gonna load this in. All right, and I'll have some more comments in a minute. Sorry about the ugly view for a moment. Okay, so we're back on we're going back to design. So now we didn't mirror cut it, which, well, sometimes it won't matter if it's a symmetrical design. This was not symmetrical because we did the knockout, so it has all those crazy pieces in it. Just wait till you guys see it finished though. It's really awesome. Okay, so I'm pulling my Be Inspired, and you want to be careful not to resize it because remember, it fits perfectly in there. Now, I know that Silhouette added the mirror reminder at the end right before you cut. I actually don't like it because it places it on different places on the mat. So I typically will, and I also do this so that I don't forget, but I typically will just right click and then flip this horizontally. That's how I mirror, just because it's old habit. That's how I did it before they added that mirror option. And for me, it's just one more way to not forget to mirror because I do get that other reminder. So you can see that it's backwards, and that's just because it's cutting from the back. So I'm gonna keep it on HTV Smooth because it's the same, and the same as the pattern vinyl. That's my setting I use, which is 2, 8, 4, and 1 pass. Remember, guys, if you're doing a media for the first time, if you're cutting a media for the first time, use your test cut, but I've cut this 1,000,000 times, so I am totally fine. So I'm gonna go ahead and send this, and it says, see how it pops up? I send mine as is, because if I did mirrored, it like moves it to different places on the mat, and I don't like that. So, just a little note, a little tidbit. All right, I'm gonna turn around and read some of these awesome comments. I hope that's not too loud. Okay, what did Esther ask? Because I see awesome people answering. Okay, so Notes Teresa, you don't mirror cut your pattern vinyl. Let's see. Oh, yes, okay, cool. Amanda likes the knockout look. And so Angela wants to know if I will ever do something where I recommend matches on the website. I know. So this has been recommended to me so many times, Angela, and with 500 patterns, it's just such a large project. It's like, I want to do it. I really know how valuable that will be for you guys, and it will be done eventually. It may be something I just have to delegate at some point because I don't think I have the time to do that. But it is something that definitely needs to be done because I have definite favorites for patterns, for the colors that I love to use with the patterns. So with the subscription box, that's one thing that we do is we do match the patterns with the solids, and that's part of the whole process and part of the reason I did the box so that I could coordinate for you guys. But I know that's gonna be super valuable. All right, so Miss Julie says, Esther, you can use the Silhouette software, and if you have Business Edition, you can save an SVG to your hard drive and then use that file in the Cricut software. Yes, so Julie, I have actually shared this before as well because I think that's a really good idea. The Business Edition, it's not really that big of an investment. It's a one-time payment, and then you basically have, you can export SVGs, you can export as JPEGs, so you can even do like designing for your website or whatever, or for your any kind of mock-ups. So you can just, it's great. It's a really great option to have with the Business Edition, which I love it. And that's how I make my SVGs. Okay, let's see. What else do we have here? And we finished cutting, so we can weed in a moment. Okay, hashtag Sparkleberry Live. All right. Okay, good deal. We just have some helpers on. Thank you guys so much. Ella and Julie, thank you so much. Okay. Oh, is my machine loud? Heather, can you hear it? The other day I watched a live and we used the machine and it was like, I thought it was a lot louder. It was a lot louder in person than it seemed to be on camera, but I'll have to watch this one back and see. And then maybe we'll put the machine a little farther away from the actual broadcast. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and weed my project. Ooh, being careful not to cut into my design like I almost just did. This is gonna be really big. I'm very excited because I love doing big designs because you guys can really see them. Now, one thing that I didn't do on my pattern that I do recommend is drawing a box on your artboard it's a cut box, and it makes it really easy to weed, and it's very helpful for pattern vinyl. All right, real quick, I'm gonna show you a little trick I'm doing. I'm gonna place this on top of my heat press because when you do this, it weeds a little easier. Fashion film is really cool because it has this nice thin, it's really nice and thin and beautiful, but I find that it's a little trickier to weed at times because it has some stretch to it. So the same thing with like Easy Weed Stretch, it's just a little stretchier, so it takes a second. And of course, I don't know where my weed and pick is. I wish Megan was here, she'd probably keep me straight. She probably knows exactly where it is. I actually think it's downstairs. So I have to go search for that. But you see what I mean? This is just a little bit stretchy. which is really great and has its perks, but sometimes it makes it a little difficult to weed. So if you just heat it just a little bit, just place it on top of your heat press, or if you have a weeding panel, which I do, I just don't have it plugged in. It's not, typically when I have all these lights in, I can't weed it. I can't plug it in with my, my heat press because it'll throw the breaker. Lovely, lovely, and you guys know I have power problems sometimes. So, it's kind of lonely sometimes doing lives alone, but I don't know if Megan will agree to come help me every morning. That's my goal, is to eventually do a live every morning for you guys. That's what I'm hoping. So we'll get there. We're gonna start with Tuesdays and Fridays. And as you can see, I am not a traditional weeder. I use my fingers a lot. HTV is really forgiving though. So I don't actually, if I can bend it and I don't feel like I'm gonna really hurt it, because I'm gonna be able to press those out. And thank you for bearing with me, guys, for a minute. And if you guys have missed the knockout part and the whole design part, go back and watch it later, because it's one of my favorite things to do. Double offsetting is one of my favorite things to do, because I really feel like it showcases patterns really well. And I just love for the words to stand out. There's nothing worse than getting done with a project and going, I can't read it, you know? So, and I'm sure that people, I don't know where my really cool scissors went either. Megan, oh, there they are. Megan bought me these scissors. They're pop-ins from Staples. I love them. Love them, love them. All right, so I didn't do my little weeding box, but this design is pretty big, so I'm not really worried about it. I'm just gonna heat it up for fun. Our HTV, our pattern HTV, actually weeds better than any other product I have. So it is seriously easy to weed. So, and it's a Caesar product, so that's probably why. Okay, so I have, this is all done. We're almost done, guys, I promise. Even though I'm sure you're having a lovely time. And thank you to all who are, watch this. Like, I just lifted it up. Like, it's super easy to weed. Just make sure I get all my pieces. Sometimes I get so on a roll, and I love that sound. Isn't that a cool sound? Make sure I'm not missing anything. And I am not. Beautiful. Okay, I'm gonna save this just in case I miss something. It's very common for me to miss things here and there. And, okay, good. So it all lines up, so I know I can go ahead and start pressing. So, can you guys guess which one I should press first? What would you do? Oh, of course. And now, of course, I'm going to, well, I'll tell you what I'm gonna do now. So I placed it exactly where I want it. I'm gonna show you a little trick that I accidentally did. Let's move this out of the way. Okay, so I placed my carrier sheet with this super sticky stuff on top of it. And it would be really cool if I didn't tell you I didn't mean to do this, but I have done this before. I just didn't mean to in this moment. So because this fits so nicely with right inside, I just placed my design just to place it, and it stuck a little too much. So what I'm gonna do is go ahead and use my solid for my carrier sheet, because you can do that. And like I said, remember how I said that HTV is super forgiving? It's true. Thank you, Lord, for that. And anything that doesn't come off, I'm just putting back on carefully. It doesn't cover it all the way on that. So you know what? I'm gonna do that in a minute. Wow, I just made this into almost a one-step press. How impressive is that? And I didn't even mean to. How about that? There's one little piece. I'm just gonna save that because it was off of it. Awesome! Oh my goodness. I can't even blame it on Megan because she's not here. Maybe I should blame it on Megan because she's not here, right? Let me get one more. Oh, pumpkin spice. Is anybody getting into the fall mood now? I am, because the kids are back in school. So it's like, that means pumpkin spice for me. Okay, good. We're still at 305 over here, so I'm gonna take you over to the heat press. And I just put it on 305. Silhouette, goodness. Caesar recommends that you press the printed at 298, I believe, or something like that. So we stay around 305. You're really fine to do that big of a variance. It's totally okay. First thing I'm gonna do is go ahead and press the moisture out of this bag. You know, there is a nice little mid seam that we like to make a reference point so that you can center your project. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that at the same time that I get the moisture out as well, okay? So this is just a really quick press down. You don't have to clamp it or anything. I know it shakes you a little bit, sorry about that. You know, that is definitely not 305. Oh goodness, 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 goodness. Hold on guys. It says 305, but it's not. And this is the third live in a row that it's done this to me. So we get to do something else. I don't know what, but we're gonna do it and it's gonna be great. All that, and I even checked it several times. So let's just make sure it goes up. I need an electrician over here. Can somebody send me an electrician? Because I don't know why it does it. I don't have anything else plugged into that. All right, let me see what's going on with you guys. You guys are giving me, okay, I think it's getting a little hotter. Yeah, when you can touch your heat press, that's not a good sign. Even though it said 305, it wasn't. Come on. It's not moving. Sorry, guys. Isn't this fun? It's so fun. Thank you, Karis. Aw, you're in Tennessee. I don't know what is going on. Makes me crazy, guys. It makes me so crazy. I was so prepped and prepared. But you know what? We're just gonna roll with it. Not today, Satan, not today. Okay, Marian says she loves live crafting. It makes her feel normal. I'm so glad. Probably one of the worst things that could happen is for the heat press to not really be 305 when it says it's 305. All right, let's see. What did Linda say? We have another week till school starts, counting the days to crafting and pumpkin spice everything. I'm gonna be so sad if we can't do this right now. If Megan was here, she would be like going down and getting my power press, because I have another press, but I'm not gonna go down and get it right now. I feel like it's getting hotter. It just still says 200. Okay, we're gonna leave it there. I think it's heating up because now I can't touch it very well. So just to recap, we've done the knockout. Well, we did a double offset. No, it was just an offset. It wasn't a double offset. I don't know why. I'm gonna show you guys a double offset in our next one on Friday. This is an offset with the knockout. So, Julie, are you on? You didn't correct me. I was thinking double offset all the time. That's when you use two offsets, and it's really fun. The heat press, Lisa, is a great heat press. I don't think that it's my heat press that causes these issues. It's a Hotronix heat press, and it is super cool. Swing Design, we actually have a link, an affiliate link that I'll post in a little bit that you guys can use to get one. It's really cute. It's about $2.95. I just bought one for my mother-in-law. It's an early Christmas present because she still doesn't have a heat press. She's been crafting for a few years, and I'm like, you have to have a heat press. It's so much fun. It makes things so much easier. All right, let's see. I would not usually see it this early as I am from California, but we are dropping our son off at Purdue. Aww. Oh, congratulations. I wish you so much love and happiness, Renna. I have a sophomore this year, so I could not even imagine dropping off my child. Is this his first year? Or you said child, so is it she, he? Hey, Julie, she's still here. You did my double offset. That's funny. So Becky has a pink press, awesome. I wonder how many people have this press. Does this little issue happen to you? I know it's very careful. Oh, good, it's moving up. It's now getting hotter. I wonder if you guys have the same problem. I know that it is very picky. Like you know you're not supposed to put it on a surge protector or a certain surge protector. Yeah, it's like seriously, you can't put it on a surge protector. It will not work. So it is just, I think it's just a really safe, smart, it's like a smart heat press. And I don't know what's going on with it today, or the last 3 times I've used it on a live. All right, Angela says that's why she loves her box. She's probably talking about matching the patterns. So I'm gonna tell you guys a little bit about what's gonna happen in a few minutes after the live. This is almost ready, I promise, and then we'll have just that to do. We're going to go ahead, press that on in one full swoop pretty much because I put it all on one. We used the carrier sheet of the solid and I didn't even need to break out a mask, which is great because I don't see one up here. So let me tell you about the Talk Shop Live deal. In a few minutes, if you guys are not familiar with Talk Shop Live, you must try it out. It's so much fun. It's like QVC for the internet, and we have a channel in there. It's the Sparkleberry channel, and you're gonna go on there. The link is in this live, so when it posts, you're gonna be able to go to it. Give me about 5 minutes to kind of redo everything, make sure I have the product set up and everything. And let me tell you the deal that it's gonna be. I'm not gonna give you all the details because that would be taking all the fun of my Talk Shop Live. It's a very short live, very quick. You can actually buy while you're on the live, but it's a really good deal for 2 sheets of the Bahama Blue, as well as 2 12x12s of Mandy's palette, so that you can make several of these projects and not just 1 or 2. That way you are going to be able, and you can see, this is a very large one. It's literally almost 12 inches wide for my bag. And I still have this that I could do other projects with this sheet. So you get a lot left over still. And then of course, the 12 by 15 is still a good 12 by 8.5 or 9. So it's still enough. So you get 2 sheets of those. This is gonna be a flash sale. I very rarely do this sort of thing, so I'm very excited. So definitely go over to Talk Shop Live. We're supporting this new platform that is just absolutely brilliant. I love the founders of it. They are really, really awesome, and they've done such a good job. It's only a few months old, and it's already super successful, and we have one of the top shows on there. So it makes me so excited to be kind of an early adopter, not kind of, but an early adopter of a really cool new platform. So if you guys, you know, YouTube started off like this at one point. This is basically YouTube, where you can just click on a button and buy it. A couple of tips about that. You can use an iPhone or your desktop, and now iPads, but if you're on other tablets, switch to a desktop or something, or your iPhone, so that you can see the live. Look at all the likes and loves. I love you guys. All right, so let's see. Julie says, this is almost done. Literally give it 2 minutes and we're gonna be ready to press. Julie says, Ashley, the main difference between the first Cameo and Cameo 3 is that the machine has 2 tool carriages, and it has Bluetooth, so you don't have to be plugged into your computer to access it. Yes, 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 yes. I wonder if that one has, I can change the color of my screen to purple, and I like that, or pinkish. So let's see, what else do we have? All right, so Reba says she has a Cricut and a heat press. Hey, Teresa. All right, what pattern? Oh, pattern on my shirt. This is Summer Melt Hot. And this design this is a Twinkle Farts design that she designed for us, and it's on our website as well. Okay, Donna, go to Target. Oh my goodness, if you guys have, the kids started school, so it's like my Target bill was so insane the last 3 days. I went to Target 3 days in a row, and it's a little crazy. So Teresa says she has her credit card ready. Awesome. So we're gonna head over to TSL right after this. Yeah, Julie, I think you're right about the safety cutoff feature. I just don't know how long, because I really didn't have it on that long. Like, I turned it on right before the live, but we're gonna have to just, I don't know. Yeah, Hotronix is great. Hey, Darby. Okay. Sheila, maybe Santa can bring it to you? Maybe? I hope so. See, Sheila is hoping for a heat press. Maybe, I hope it's not the wiring in this room, Maine, but you may be right. Okay, we are good. We're good to go. Are you guys ready? Okay, so now back to what I was doing before the heat press interrupted us. Now we're going to press this. I folded it down the middle for a nice midline reference point, so that when I place my design, that I so cleverly am gonna be able to do pretty much in one press. And I'm not clamping it down or anything, I'm just heating it up. It's nice and hot now. Yes! And we're gonna place the design down. Okay, so let's get you over here. For those of you that weren't watching earlier, I showed everybody a brand new trick accidentally, but you can place in some circumstances, on some designs, you can place your solid with the sticky carrier sheet on top of your pattern and do one full swoop. And there's one little piece that was stuck onto the, if I can find it, may have to do it later, on this that we'll put on the Lotus in a minute, so that's okay. And I chose this cute kind of rosy color. I think it brings out the rose in the bag. Okay, I'm going to find the middle of my HTV, and I'm going to bend it down the middle. And that's to make a reference center line there. I'm gonna be able to press that line right out, so I'm not worried about it. And I'm going to place it on my center line on here. And on a bag, we're wanting to not put it like maybe directly in the middle. You really wanna kind of a little tiny touch up to the top center, because if you think about, so let me show you what I'm talking about. So if you put it right smack in the middle, then whenever you fill the bag, it may have a tendency to kind of look like it's not centered. So I always like to put mine a little bit closer to the top. Not much, just a little bit, just a little off center, vertically, I guess I should say. So this is gonna be a really cute craft bag. Now, I'm going to place it on my heat press. And because I have some of the HTV exposed, and that's not being covered by the carrier sheet, then we're gonna go ahead and cover it with Teflon just to protect it. And it's not a bad idea anyway, just to protect your material as well, but you can press with just this sheet. Now, what is this little guy doing? We're gonna take this off. I don't know if that belongs there. It doesn't look like it. Okay, I've had so much fun with you guys this morning. Thank you for dealing with me with all the technical difficulties. That is super nice of you. And now I'm gonna go ahead and press this. And sorry about the bump there. I'm doing it at medium pressure just for a few seconds because I can get that carrier sheet right off. And I like to get the carrier sheet off as soon as possible, because if I don't, it'll leave these little lines, and I'll show you, because I'm gonna be able to press this out now, but it'll leave these little lines in, let's see if you can see it. There's a little line right there where the carrier sheet was. And so now when I do my final press, I can actually do this upside down. When I do my final press, I'm going to be able to get that line out, hopefully. And I'm making sure all the seams and handles are off, because you really want to have a firm press and have it evenly press across. And so that's what we're doing. And it doesn't take long at all, guys. Like, it's boom, 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 quick, couple of seconds, and you are finished. And there you go. Be inspired. I'll turn you around so you can see it. It's really, really pretty. I love this particular color of fashion film so much, and I also love the matte finish of it. Matte's fun. It just kind of mixes it up at times. So you can see, and then I still have my little piece that I'll put on in a minute. I'm just gonna grab my carrier sheet, and I can even use the same one I just used. If I can find it, I can, under all this stuff in a moment. And then we're gonna place it on, and it'll be finished. But there you go, there it is. It's really, really cute. You guys should try this. I want you to try this double knockout. Again, you have, not double knockout, it's an offset knockout. You guys have the file, the link to it. I place it in there. It's gonna be live for today. And then this TSL that I'm about to do in a minute on the product is only gonna be available today. So you have to get it today, and as long as supplies last, okay? So it's a flash sale. So I know I love you guys, and I like to be really, really, really nice, but I have to be firm about this, super firm, or you'll never take me seriously. Hey Tara, I'm glad you like it. Hey Bobby. Okay guys, thank you so much. This is, I know you're rocking a little bit. This is was our first Make It With Mandy. We're gonna do them on Tuesday and Friday mornings around the 9 or 10 o'clock hour. And then we just have so much in store for you guys, and it's gonna be a regular live. And for those of you that are subscription box people, and even if you're not, join us for a craft night live with Megan on Thursday night. So love you guys so much. And yes, I can, Esther. Thank you so much for joining me and for all your help, you guys. You're awesome. Mwah. Bye.